Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Yahweh Shapat coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well in these scriptures. Peace and blessings to you, hopeful elect brothers from the highways and the byways, pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Double shalom to you, brothers, shalom to you, brothers, and very few sisters who are listening and learning. This is some breaking news. It's Revelation chapter 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, I said this is breaking news because on the White House website, they just announced that they're pushing 6G, which is the sixth generation of, high speed internet. Very, 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 good thing as far as prophecy is concerned, because they didn't come right out and say that you're going to need the C-HIP for purchases, but they did say that um, they're going to be pushing implantable technology, under the guise of it being uh, for medical purposes. I was just watching the elder brother Amawan Gabar. He did a quick lesson on it. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful lesson. The water. To the brother, man, called Loyam La Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Pretty much it's looking like, next year might actually be the year where we see um, the chip being mandated. Because right now it's not mandated. Right now, the fact that you can still somewhat use cash, we could be here, for another 2 years, another 3 years, or we could be out of here next year. Really, it's all up to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But this is definitely, a beautiful step forward, and going into prophecy as far as the MOTV being implemented. Basically, the infrastructure for it is currently and swiftly being put in place, because Esau's moving quick. He knows that he doesn't have much time left, so they were hoping to get this thing up and running by 2030, I believe. I was hearing that Apostle Tahar say that. Hey, it is what it is, man. I'm resolved to, wait on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for however long. It don't really matter to me, but hey, the sooner we up out of here, the better. And we definitely about to start seeing Esau make his moves, as far as he's gonna give you every reason to take the CHIP. He's gonna make it to where, because he can't come right out and just say you're not gonna be able to buy or sell without this. They believe in gradualism, and they would rather reel people in than for them to just come in and come with straight force. That's not gonna work. But eventually, most people, according to the scriptures, are gonna end up being resolved to taking it. A lot of you Israelites are gonna take it. When all hell breaks loose, man, especially these women, they literally lose all motor function. They lose all sense of reason. That's why you women are gonna need a man when all hell breaks loose, because you freeze up in the smallest of intense situations. So imagine, Jacob's trouble. These women ain't gonna have a clue what to damn do, and they gonna be bugging the hell out. A lot of them are gonna be put to death. And it is what it is, man. This ain't a hard on women campaign, but women are gonna make these times we're headed into hard on themselves, man. Because they're introducing it under the guise of it having medical capability to restore you restore your health in certain aspects. And that's the Lord allowing this devil to basically, perform those left-handed miracles that the scriptures are speaking about. So bear with me, Aki and Baba Kashar. See if I can't find what I'm looking for real quick. Which, hey, Revelation 14 is a heavy chapter because that actually goes into what's going to happen if you take that chip. And the Lord going to make it to where you ain't got no choice but to either depend on him or to take it. But if you weak, it's going to seem like taking that chip is the better option. And a lot of people are going to go for that. Hey, man, it's not going to end well for you if you do. Spiritually, what you saying and what you doing is by, proceeding in that action to take it. You saying that Esau is your God. You selling that's the real selling your soul. What you can't literally sell your soul, but you taking that MOTB is like literally the closest literal thing that you can get, and that's the closest literal thing that you can do that's similar to selling your soul. Because you're gonna get this man complete and utter total control over you. That's what's gonna happen, But I ain't gonna keep ranting, man. This is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 14. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. This is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 14. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles. On the left-hand side, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Almighty. So when you see these people that couldn't walk taking the CHIP and they able to walk again, and a whole other slew of, different, what's the word I'm looking for, disabilities, they able to see again. They able to walk again. They able to talk again if they couldn't. The Lord is going to actually allow the CHIP, which is the MOTB, and the Lord's going to allow for certain miracles to be performed in order to deceive, a certain number of you Israelites, you other nations, you heathens. But the thing is, Jake is not supposed to take that chip, man. If you a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, you don't belong to Esau, Edom. You're the apple of the Lord's eye. But we know according to the scriptures, man, 2/3, they gonna fall right into this man's trap. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go ahead and get what's gonna happen to you if you take the chip, man. I think that's important that comes out. This is Revelation chapter 14. And let's see, this is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, meaning if you submit to this system in any way, shape, or form, in a way that they're going to have you submit, is to take that chip. That's why a lot of the men of the Lord, they're going to be beheaded for refusing it. They're going to present you with a life or death situation, but you got to understand the ultimate form of you throwing your life away is taking that chip, man. The scriptures say that he who, matter of fact, let me get the rest of this and I'm going to get another precept. This is Revelation chapter 14 and go to verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So, you know, the elect and Yahweh Shai and the elect are going to be on the chariot watching that torment, you know, that the Heavenly Father is going to put on 2/3 in these heathens. You know what I'm saying? You know, that lake of fire that the scriptures speak about is talking about Babylon the Great being on fire, man. You know, by way of thermonuclear missiles and by way of the holy angels, you know, Yahweh Shai and the holy angels bringing the fire from the chariots, you know, as a form of destruction as well. Let's see. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. They shall have, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So, Salakia, so there you have it, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is not playing about the MOTB. And you know, what's crazy is you have other camps out here taking this thing lightly. And it's not something to be taken lightly. We're all gonna be faced with either taking it or refusing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna boil down to who's written in the book of life and who isn't. There ain't no, hey man, you could think that you strong enough to refuse it, but if the Lord got it set up for you to take that chip, you gonna take it. You know, you got guys that are among brothers right now that are gonna fall out, and eventually they gonna say, hey, fuck it, man, I'm gonna just take the chip, man. Maybe won't nobody find out. You know, maybe y'all really can take it and get away with it. Man, if you take that chip, you pretty much done sealed your fate, you know. And hey, Esau is he's coming. You know, he's coming down pretty hard, man. You know, that recent development, you know, like I said, that the White House, you can go to the White House's page, you can look it up and you should be able to find it. You know, hey, it's a beautiful thing, because what this man doesn't realize is that, you know, the Lord is allowing you to advance right, and he's gonna, you know, right when he's getting ready to eat, when Esau think he getting ready to eat, man, you know, the Lord gonna rain fire and brimstone on this man while he is eating. So while he's getting his technological advancement set up, hey, Yahweh Shai is gonna return in the midst of it and deliver the elect. So what we're seeing is this man, you know, being set up for failure, because he's being set up. The Lord's gonna get, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is gonna allow him to get so far. But then, you know, hey, the Lord gonna take this man out of the power seat, which is what the whole earth is waiting on. You know, I'm gonna go ahead though and close out with that. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying. And until the next one, Shalom.